This week's Town Talk brings Pembroke Town Administrator Ed Thorne to our set. Welcome, Ed.
Julie, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure having you. It's summer, it's August, and we have a bunch of things to cover. A couple of weekend events that are going to be going on in Pembroke, some issues with the Silver Lake water supply and the little bit of a controversy that's going on about that, and an update on the solar landfill.
Well, let's start off with the fun stuff first.
Okay.
We have two weekend events coming up that are annual occurrences in town. One is the annual Arts Festival that will be held on the town green. Their festivities start this Friday, the 7th, and it runs through the weekend. The 8th and 9th are the full days of activities on the town green, and it embodies, you know, arts and crafts and some food and some musical talent.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful.
And then the following weekend is the annual event at the Town Landing. That's the annual Family Fun Day that occurs from around 11 a.m. till about 2 p.m. And I think this year's theme is this place is a zoo. So I think all the lifeguards will be dressed up in
that's cool.
costumes.
Yeah.
And so we're looking forward to having everybody out there. It's usually a big event, and there's usually 100 or so people that
That's great.
come. So it's a great time.
And we'll pray for good weather.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
There's been a lot of chatter lately about the water supply in Pembroke from Silver Lake and its relationship with Brockton. Can you speak to what's going on with that?
Well, around the turn of the last century, around 1899, 1900, the folks in Pembroke decided for whatever reason that they would go ahead and work an agreement out with the city of Brockton to allow the use of Silver Lake, which is a huge lake in Pembroke, to use their water. And Brockton, that's about 90% of Brockton's water supply, and it's been going there for 115 years. In 1964, a little-known legislative act was passed that allowed Brockton to sell some of that water to the town of Whitman to the tune of $2 million a year. And a lot of people didn't take cognizance of it at the time. But now that water has become such a precious commodity in the area, that the Central Plymouth County Water District Commission, which was formed way back when, now has been reenacted, and now Representative Tom Coulter of Kingston and Representative Josh Cutler, that represents the town of Pembroke, now have taken an active role in it. The town of Pembroke has Bill Bolter as its official representative, and Dan Tribuco, another selectman, have really taken a leadership in holding Brockton accountable to a lot of things, and especially accounting for the water, some of the drainage that occurs, and also the fact that the city of Brockton can divert water from Furnace Pond, which is part of the interconnecting ponds that make up the water system in Pembroke, that could be diverted to Silver Lake. And so there's a lot of issues involved, and the Central Plymouth County Water District, say that 3 times in a row,
say fast.
has really taken a leadership role into protecting the water supply in Pembroke.
Okay, so it'll be more to follow on this whole fiscal matter that surrounds this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because there's unhappiness about
there's a lot of
our water being sold.
And that's an understatement.
And us not getting, any funds from that. So that will be continued.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
And finally, let's talk about the solar landfill and an update on that.
Yeah, last Monday night, the Board of Selectmen had voted to authorize the Chairman Arthur Boyle to sign an agreement with SunEdison to start the process of creating a solar farm on top of the Cap landfill on Hobbamuck Street. Even though that site is around 17 acres, the solar farm is going to take up about 12 acres and generate about 4.5 megawatts of electricity.
Excellent.
In which the town will purchase all of that. Great. And at a considerable savings. And so we believe that the financial impact to the town will be almost around $200,000 a year in rent and payment in lieu of taxes, in addition to about $250,000 a year in energy savings. So we're looking forward to getting that agreement reached with SunEdison. Some of it has to do with neat metering credits by the legislature, get that cap released. So we're looking forward to that project being
That's great.
completed.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Oh, absolutely.
For everybody, for
We've
the
been,
environment, for us.
working on this for at least a good year, and I know the energy, up a year previous to
Right,
that.
yeah. More to follow.
More to follow.
Okay, thank you so much. It was great to have you here, as always.
Always great being on
PACTV Community
Absolutely.
News. Okay.